common myths and misconceptions about treeless. Of course, there's the negative one that we hear a lot, which is that treeless hurt horses' backs or don't protect horses' backs. I think the impression pad testing really speaks to that, and I can't really say a whole lot more than the impression pad testing does. Treeless saddles that have design and concept behind them and are made of quality materials or used with appropriate padding, etc., protect horses' backs just as well, if not better, than treat saddles. But the big one that I find almost more concerning is the idea that a treeless saddle will fit any horse. That is the one that is damaging, not just to horses and riders, but also to treeless as a concept. It is just as important to fit a treeless saddle to a horse and to a rider as is the tree saddle. In some ways, it's even more important because there is no rigid structure, or at least not enough rigid structure in most treeless saddles to keep the saddle on the horse's back if it doesn't fit. So treed saddles, even if they don't fit, typically have limited sliding or slipping issues because there's rigid elements that literally glom on to the wither so that it can only slide so far. That's not the case with treeless saddles. Even if they have a rigid pommel or a gullet plate, they still can move if they're not fit appropriately. Treeless saddles that are fit as ideally as possible typically have very, very little sliding or slipping. They do not move side to side, they don't move forward, they don't move back, but that's because they're fit to the horse. So, if a treeless saddle is not fit to the horse, it's not only potentially damaging for the horse, it also is a safety risk for the rider. So please, please, please go out and educate everybody that treeless saddles need to be fitted to the horse just as much as a treed saddle does. Just because you buy a treed saddle online doesn't mean it's going to fit your horse or any other horse you want to put it on. So treeless saddles need to be fitted to the horse just as much as a treed saddle does.